Alright, so Shaman is underused, underplayed, underestimated, and to be honest, people just don't talk about Shaman. When right now he is really overpowered, and I'm Prestige Shaman, and I love him to bits. So I'm going to make a quick guide for him. Now, the structure of this video, I will start with the basics of the class. I'll go through all the details about it, tell you some bits you might not know. Then I'll go over his roles and his matchups against other classes in my opinion, and then I will give you some tips for when you play this class yourself. So, getting straight into it, the kit, it has a diamond sword and diamond boots. Nothing too special with the kit. It has feather falling on the boots though, feather falling 2, which does mean that if you're at the front of a chase and someone leaps up, starts building up against the wall, you are a good class to build up with them, because if they turn and bow spam you off, you will take less damage than other classes. The main thing about Shaman is obviously his tornado. It's a standard ability, so he gets it at 100 energy after 10 hits, which is 10 energy per hit, and it deals 8.75 true damage after 5 seconds. And because it's true damage, it means it slices through those big tanky classes like Zombie and Golem. However, the most important thing about his tornado, which some people honestly don't realise, is that it says at the bottom, energy per hit, ability 5 per enemy. That means that each time your tornado does a tick of damage against an enemy, you gain 5 energy. And your tornado lasts 5 seconds, which is 5 ticks of damage, which is 25 energy when an enemy stands in your ability. And that is massive, because then if we take 10 enemies, let's say you run into a base, you see a big group of 10, and you use your tornado on them, each one of those players is giving you 5 energy per second, which is 5 energy every time it hits them. And if there's 10 of them, you're getting 50 energy per second, which means after 2 seconds you can already recast your tornado, and these tornadoes do stack, so you can have up to 5 or 6 at a time, each dealing 1.75 damage, and you can get up to about 9 true damage per second with Shaman in a big group, and that is why he is so strong. It's also important to note that when you die, you do lose all your tornadoes that were spawned. They just disappear and they stop dealing damage. Next we have his first passive, Heroism. It's 17% chance to give yourself speed and apply weakness. The weakness is a nice little buff, but the main part of this passive is definitely the speed. It's about every 1 in 6 hits. I believe in phase 2 update they are making it so it's every 6 hits that you get speed, and that should mean that you have it up for an entire 1v1 or an entire fight. You can hit someone 6 times in 3 seconds and it lasts 5 seconds, so you are going to have it up for the whole fight, especially if you have your tornado, because that also prompts it to activate. The best part about this perk is just getting speed 2 to hunt people down, to keep chasing people. It's also nice in 1v1s, but you do have speed pots before you go into a fight if you want. The next passive is Wolf Pack. This is really nice. Every time you attack 6 times, you spawn a wolf. And these wolves are really important, not for dealing damage, they don't actually deal much damage, but for helping you combo your opponents. If you're getting comboed, you're going to spawn a wolf, and that wolf will then act almost like a fishing rod and stop the combo from happening. They can break you out of it, they can distract players who will try to kill your wolves. They're overall really strong, and because it's when you're attacked 6 times, this now means that in a hit trade you are spawning wolves and you're also getting speed 2 and you're giving your opponent weakness. So putting that all together, you're becoming really strong in 1v1s. And your gathering talent is really nice. It just means you get logs and coal from mining iron. So all you have to mine is iron ore, and you will get everything else you need for the game. As a shaman, you have 3 main roles. Your first and most important role is that you are an initiator for your team. You are the person who wants to go into fights, big team fights first, and close the gap between the 2 teams using your speed and your tornadoes. Once you throw a tornado down on a big group of people, it kind of throws them into a chasm of chaos and they don't know what's going on, and it lets your team push up and actually engage in a fight. However, it is important to note you do not want to get stuck in the center of a fight. It's really tempting to just stay in the middle, spamming your tornadoes around and deal as much damage as you can. However, your low health pool means that you will get dropped faster than you think, so jump out of the fight after the two teams have started fighting so you don't have to waste a health pot. Your second role is as a chaser. Because of your speed 2 perk, you're really good at hunting down enemies and keeping up with them. Do not chase enemies directly, find shorter paths and cut them off, which means that you can hit the enemy into a wall or back towards your team to secure the kill. Your third role is that you are a solid DPS. Your tornado provides a constant platform for damage, and your diamond sword also means that you're just dealing a good amount of damage over time, making you very scary to fight. As you can see from the image in the background, I've shown how I think Shaman can fare against other classes. 5-star matchups are where Shaman's class means that he should win 90% of battles. His utilities, his damage just means that he should not be losing the fight. Whereas with the lower 2-star, 3-star, it kind of comes a bit more down to the two players that are fighting. In a 2-star situation, I'm kind of saying that the class provides a advantage over Shaman. However, you can still fight them because Shaman's just really good, and Shaman has speed, so speed wins. There aren't many tips and tricks I have with Shaman that aren't kind of obvious things. It's really important to watch your health. You deal so much damage, you sometimes just get lost in the fact that you actually don't have much health. Your armor is not very strong, and you will die really quickly if you're not paying attention. It's also extremely important that you have your ability for fights. Build it up with a bow. If you're being chased, get as many shots as you can by turning around, quickly taking a shot, and then keep on running. This also means you might get speed, which will help you run away. However, having your ability ready to fight at any moment is the most important thing. If you start a fight on 0 energy, you have to hit someone 10 times before you can start your chain of tornadoes, and missing out on that really important damage will lose you fights. There's not much else I can say regarding Shaman. I've kind of said it all. If you want any more advice, message me or add me in game and I will help you. We can talk on Discord about him. I really do like Shaman and I want to see more people playing him. Thank you for watching.